Welcome back to Tech by Pike. Today we are unboxing an Alienware M15 R5 gaming laptop. This comes with the AMD Ryzen 5800H processor, an RTX 3070, maxes out at 125 watts, has 16 gigabytes of RAM, has 512 SSD, comes with 2560 by 1440 QHD display with 240 Hz with 1 millisecond response time. Comes with NVIDIA G-Sync with Advanced Optimus. It also has 418 nits of brightness. We've been really looking forward to getting this laptop in, and now we have it. So let's not waste any time. Let's get into this. So you've probably heard about my love of Alienware laptops throughout the last number of videos where I've actually reviewed an Alienware. And I've always kind of had a soft spot for these Alienware laptops. They kind of bring back some past memories about when Alienware used to be its own company back in the early to mid-90s, and how I would go out to their website and spec out my dream machine, but never actually buy one because they were so expensive. Anyway, here we go. Oh, that is a monster of a box. Boy, I like that. That is really clean. Okay, let's open up this box. Oh, wow. That's quite the presentation. Well, let's take out the charger first. And now the laptop. And, oh, there's a tab right there. We'll just lift that up. Set that off to the side, and we'll get some propaganda here. Nothing out. Ooh, you see that? 100% recycled plastic, 25% from ocean-bound sources. That's fantastic, actually. Good for Dell. See, I almost called it Alienware, as it was a company by itself at one time. Alright. Take a look at the propaganda here. Oh, 1990, oh, look at that. So, 1996, we set out to build the most innovative and high-performance computers for ourselves and our fellow gamers. And that's when I knew Alienware as Alienware and not Dell. Oh, look at that. Okay. Looks like we have a camera and 2 mics. Ethernet. Headphone jack. Has a USB 3.2 Gen 1 and USB 3.2 Gen 1 plus power share. USB 3.2 Gen 1 and an HDMI. Plenty of air venting, 2 downward facing speakers. Alright, well, let's open up the battery here. The power source, I mean, not the battery. Take out the power brick. This is 240 watt power brick. It is huge. Alright, let's set that off to the side here. Cable. Ooh, that's long. Good long cable. I like that. Move this off to the side now for the main event. And I think it needs to be started at the bottom here. Okay, now that we got the laptop out of its casing, let's check out the top here first. Very rigid, very little, just a little flex in the middle. This thing has a humongous hinge and kind of back here. Take a look at that in a second. Let's open it up. Very rigid around the keyboard, very rigid around the intake. I don't think these are speakers, so this is more intake for airflow. The mouse is a little small in my opinion. Probably could have widened it out just a little bit, but good action on the mouse. It stops right about here, and then it gets to where you can't push down, no action. But under here, pretty good clicking action. Keyboard is decent. It's not the best, but it's not bad either. So good action, good clicking. I like it. Here's the power button, this Alienware head. I'm guessing that will light up. I love the screen. Looks really nice and clean. Looks like there's the cam. I don't know if that's a 720p. Alright, now that we're done looking at the keyboard, let's go ahead and formally look at the I/O. And I will tell you that this hinge is really stiff. Let's see if I can open it up with one finger. I can. Okay. Let's look at the left I/O. So on the left we got the Ethernet cable and the headphone jack. We have downward facing speakers, not sure if you can see that. And we got some venting here. I'm guessing this is venting as well. But it might be a speaker. I'm not sure. I'll have to take a look at that when we open it up. And then on the right hand side we have USB-A and USB-A. Might be a charging port, maybe. Has a battery next to it. We'll have to take a look at that. Venting and possibly venting or a speaker. Like I said, I'll have to look at that. On the back here, you've got a USB-C display, USB-A, HDMI, and your power port, and your back rear end venting here. On the bottom, plenty of intake and quite a number of screws here that we'll have to take their Phillip head. So that should be fairly easy, and we'll take a look at that here in a little bit. Other than that, very sturdy laptop, barely any flex. Has this big rear end here, so that's interesting, I'm guessing, for venting. But the other ones had it too, previous models. So the only thing that I'm kind of disappointed is it doesn't have an SD card slot, which is unfortunate for those who are creators. Anyway, let's get more into this here. Okay, to remove the bottom here, you have to remove 8 Phillip head screws. I will tell you that 6 of them actually don't come out, they just lift up. But the 2 in the back are shorter and they do actually come out. So be aware of that. So I'm going to go ahead and lift this up. Alright. Okay, well, let's start with the battery. You got an 86 watt standard battery. You have the speakers here, and it looks like they're kind of downward to the side facing speakers, which is interesting. You have the Wi-Fi 1650. I think it's a killer card because it's an Alienware, so that looks swappable. It looks like you have an M2x4, so the short one for the SSD, and then you have another spot over here for a second SSD, and it takes the same type of short form factor SSD, and I didn't see another bracket like this in the box. Let me quickly check here. No, I don't see one, so that might be something you'll have to purchase on your own if you want to expand your storage. Huh, interesting. Okay, so battery, SSDs, Wi-Fi card, memory. Let's check out what's underneath this. I'm hoping for, yay. So 2 slots for memory, that is great. So upgradable, I'm guessing, to 64 gigs. I'll have to look at that. It looks like you got 3200 to 8 gigs. And it's the Samsung YR times 16 PCA 3200 AA SCO 11. People are asking about memory more often, so I was asked to read that number off once I got to it. You have the two fans, and I'm guessing the heat pipes are underneath here. So too bad there's no vapor chamber. I would have liked to have seen that, but there you go. That is the internals. Okay. Some initial thoughts about this Alienware M15 R5 gaming laptop. The look and feel is great. You can definitely see that this is a gaming laptop from afar. When turned on, you have this strip of lighting here that turns on. It surrounds the exhaust and the I/O in the back. And then the Alienware head right here also lights up. You have a per zone RGB lighting behind the keyboard. All that can be turned off in the Alienware Command Center. I'm guessing we'll take a look at that during the benchmarking video. No flex in the chassis, very, very rigid. Keyboard had good tactile feel, although it wasn't my favorite. But it is good. The mouse pad had good clicking action. It was very smooth. I just wish it was just a little bit bigger on this particular laptop. Screen hinges were tight, very little to no wobble whatsoever. Plenty of I/O. I/O on the sides here and in the back for good cable management. The only thing missing on this laptop is the SD card slot, which is unfortunate for those creative types that like that SD card slot. Lots of venting to keep that laptop cool while playing AAA games, and the internal. Lots and lots of opportunity for upgrading within this laptop. 2 slots for memory, 2 slots for SSDs, and a swappable Wi-Fi card. The only hitch here is that the SSDs are of the smaller form factor, and I noticed on the primary when we opened it up that there was this bracket that was holding that SSD in place. They did not include another bracket for the secondary SSD slot, so you need to keep that in mind if you're looking at this laptop for possible purchase. So I'm sure you can get that bracket out on Amazon, so no worries there. It's just kind of a pain. So far, I really like this laptop. We're going to put it on some benchmarking and see how it fares, so I'm looking forward to that. We'll bring that video to you as soon as we possibly can. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this from Tech by Pike, hit the subscribe button. We appreciate it. It helps the channel, and it gives us more opportunity to bring more videos like this to you. It also gives us an opportunity to get better as we go along, and that is the goal. So we appreciate that. Thank you very much.